Cybersleuths believe Jay Slater's mom confirmed important details in the case in a new bombshell interview with The Sun that could help in our quest for getting justice for Jay. And some cybersleuths have even suggested Debbie, Jay's mother, is remaining tight-lipped about what she knows, as there could be an ongoing investigation into Jay's friends. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. Jay's mom, Debbie Duncan, showed immense strength in her exclusive interview with Sun News and called out trolls that sent her direct messages to torment her and her poor family. I mean, there's no doubt this case has been overshadowed with a bunch of false leads after she appealed to the public for help and Jay's friend, Lucy, set up a GoFundMe. More on that in a bit. But there's some evidence Debbie appeared to confirm that was authentic. And I mean, I personally was on the fence about a lot of this evidence. So Debbie revealed that the moment she landed in Tenerife, the day after Jay disappeared, she received a ransom message for her son. So Cybersleuths believe that this message was authentic, since there is no way trolls would have heard about the case or had Debbie's personal information 12 hours after Jay disappeared. So the message read, quote, "Kiss goodbye to your son. You're never going to see him again. He owes me a lot of money," end quote. So that aligns perfectly with the theory that Jay lost a bag at the club as he was working for a dealer to sell product at the rave. The day after, Debbie did a heart-wrenching interview that said whoever had her son to please let him go. Jay's family and friends believed he was taken from the start and pleaded the public for help in finding Jay and donate to their GoFundMe that had a goal of £30,000, which Debbie confirmed was set up by none other than Jay's friend Lucy. However, in Debbie's defense, the trolling really picked up when the missing posters around Tenerife and the ones shared online accidentally included Debbie's personal phone number in them. And I mean, that was a huge oversight, because that's when the fake images and videos she was receiving about Jay really started to pick up. And I guess they forgot about this original ransom message and just put it in the pile with the rest of the trolls. But a lot of people think that was a mistake in and of itself, because they think that ransom message was real. So Cybersleuths have doubled down that this ransom message Debbie was sent in the early days, 12 hours after Jay disappeared, was authentic, because there's no way trolls would have had her personal number at that point. When they found Jay at the bottom of this 500-foot cliff that you literally had to walk off of because it was so steep, like why would Jay even be down there to begin with? He was going in the wrong way, but that's a whole other video. His phone was allegedly wiped clean of everything, including all his vacation photos. There was absolutely nothing on it. And reports actually suggested that his clothes were found next to his body. It sounds to me and a lot of cybersleuths that Jay could have been, his phone tampered with, and these messages were sent, and then they got rid of all the evidence. So Debbie revealed that it was Jay's friend Lucy who set up the fundraiser the day Jay went missing, in the amount of £30,000. I mean, that is a really interesting number, because according to an insider very early on in the case, that was the exact amount Jay owed for losing a bag. But this theory is unconfirmed, and Debbie actually insists that Jay wasn't caught up in this lifestyle. In fact, Debbie actually went as far as to say that Jay was just in the wrong place at the wrong time during that altercation that involved machetes with Tom Hilton in 2021. Most moms wouldn't want to admit their child may be caught up in something less than savory. Either way, Debbie had no idea that this GoFundMe was set up until weeks later. So was Lucy trying to hide this from, Debbie? Was Lucy not wanting to tell Debbie what happened to her son, because Lucy would have to admit that she got her son involved in this lifestyle that eventually costed him his life? I mean, that's just some speculation, but why didn't Debbie know about this GoFundMe? And probably the biggest revelation for me from this interview was that Debbie confirmed that this image came from Jay's phone. And she speculates that whoever sent this must have had Jay's device to be able to send this Snapchat to his friends.
There were apparently two pictures of Jay. One, when you look at it, well, when I look at it as his mother, it was like, was he even conscious? He's got a pair of, it's dark, he's got a pair of sunglasses on. There's a caption across his mouth saying stolen AP watch. I don't know where that came from. There's a picture of a still of Jay with this caption about an AP watch. That's, you can see his arms up, you can't see his hand, you can see his arm. You see a little bit of his hand. There's no watch on his wrist, by the way. And then apparently this was posted into a chat back in the UK, and they were all like, what the hell's, you know, what's this that Jay's just put in our group chat randomly from Tenerife? There was no other conversation, just this quick few second snap. So I have no idea what that's about, or was there somebody else sat outside of him with his phone? I've no idea.
Debbie just confirmed that this was her son in this image, and it was sent from his device to a Snapchat group of friends in the UK while he was in Tenerife. So it was either Jay who sent it himself, or it was sent by someone else that staged this image to throw off the investigation, to show that, you know, Jay was still alive and was heading to this B&B. I mean, personally, Debbie was on the right track when she said Jay looked unconscious in this picture. I mean, is he even alive in this photo? Is this like a Weekend with Bernie situation where they put sunglasses on him, but really he was completely gone at this point? There are cybersleuths who believe that Jay wasn't alive when he made it to the B&B. And they believe that this picture, along with the picture we just showed, were staged to show proof of life by his friends. And some have actually said that Brad was wearing the same sneakers to the celebration of life as this person in this Snapchat, which is very weird. Like, who takes a snap this way, just not even showing their face? And, you know, a lot of people can actually see that there's 4 feet in this photograph. This image that has been confirmed to be from Jay's device lines up perfectly to what we learned later on in the case. I mean, this image came out very early on in the case and again was put to the side, but now we're learning that this actually could be very authentic because the caption reads that Jay left with, quote, 2 Molly kids, end quote, which is short form for Somali to sell an AP watch he had just stolen. And then we later learned that Jay went to a remote B&B in the Mascot Mountains with a convicted substance dealer that you see right here and the dealer's friend, who both kind of matched to the description Jay gave in his Snapchat. A friend who saw Jay leave the NRG Rave Festival, who wishes to remain anonymous, took a video of Jay and what appears to be the convicted substance dealer with him. So what are the chances that this is all just lining up right now? And then Jay's friend who sent this information to Debbie also explains that Jay had left with 2 knives to sell the watch to pay off a debt he owed. So Jay carrying these knives was confirmed by Ayob, the convicted substance dealer, weeks later in a TikTok live. And then the person who sent Debbie's mother this text message says they saw one of the Somali men Jay left with at the Potter Papers Cafe in Tenerife. Then we later find out that the convicted substance dealer, Ayob, Jay left with to the B&B is a part of like Potter Papers gang. Like they grew up together and they're actually seen like on stage together accepting an award. So the more I learn about this text message that everybody thought wasn't real, the more authentic it's starting to look. So judging by this new interview, the Snapchat has now been confirmed to be sent from Jay's device and lines up perfectly to what cybersleuths have been speculating in the Jay Slater case all along. The speculation goes that Jay allegedly got caught up in the dark underworld of Tenerife and tried to save himself by coming up with money to pay off a debt he owed to some, dealers. But Debbie denies these claims and allegations and says that Jay wouldn't steal a watch, despite the private investigator she hired, Mark Williams Thomas, saying Jay stole a Rolex, not an AP watch. And MWT actually stands by his claims that a watch was stolen and that Jay got involved in the criminal underworld. And MWT also says that Jay left the B&B scared. So a cyber sleuth writes, quote, Debbie confirmed it was his Snapchat, but alludes to Jay being unconscious. Debbie is indirectly saying it was staged, end quote. Then Dawn follows up, well, if she's saying it's staged, then that means she knows something happened to him and it wasn't just an accident. So why doesn't she just say what she thinks instead of keeping quiet and just going along with it? No wonder people are going mad and saying horrible things. And then this other cyber sleuth follows up, if there is an investigation going on, she can't say anything. And yeah, it seems to be the consensus that there's a presumed investigation going on. And I think Debbie knows more than what she's leading on in this interview, because she brought up that image and she confirmed it was Jay, sent from Jay's phone, but Jay looks unconscious. And this is what all cyber sleuths have been saying from the get-go of this case, that a lot of this evidence looks staged to do a cover-up. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe by hitting this icon right here above Miss Gabby's area, who's not here because it's 30 degrees Celsius in my studio. All right, bye guys.